So that was housekeeping. Last session, y'all wrapped up at Shadowtop Cathedral. Yelena visited the grave of like a fallen mentor there, Greenlee, and plucked some zucchini blossoms. Kai noticed some curious lumberjack ninjas navigating the treetop canopy. And Terrell, you had a brief talk with your twin before you guys returned to the caravan and agreed that you're going to check in with your parents' house next spring before heading into Oakshield for the Greenwood Gala, because your family is trying to lay the groundwork for the village to guard your identity amid the renewal of the alliance between humanoid, elves, and fae that has protected your home for centuries. And there's basically a lore dump, but that's what it boils down to. There's an alliance, a pact, and it's got to get renewed with Lord Jomont's participation in the spring. So you return to the caravan, traveling down the Delimbir Road, and on the trek to catch up with that caravan, Lord Jomont confessed that he has bad memories of Oakshield from his childhood, and perhaps he's taken the easy route away from taking on his responsibilities there. But while Jomont thinks that the locals are perfectly capable and they don't need him to, tell them what to do and rule over them, he's resigned to perform his duty at the Greenwood Gala. So he's like reluctant, but he's, not giving any sign that he's going to be a bad actor about this. So once you've rejoined the caravan, you camp for the night, you update Lady Belafana about the Emerald Enclave's less than encouraging attitude regarding her wyvern egg. Lady B decides that things have changed since you first met her in Rouge Fair. And while she still needs coins for her plans in Parnast, she pointed to the other opportunities that have presented themselves since she met you, such as the clay that was recovered from Zelbros that was worth a pretty penny, or the cache of gems that she lifted from the elemental cultists in September. So she's happy to move forward as if she never tried to sell the wyvern eggs in the first place. But she does spare a thought for Sean the Hermit, because he got away with stealing she had 2 eggs originally. Sean the Hermit got away with stealing one of them. And he kind of wonders what he ever did with that egg that he stole. Is that ever going to be relevant? I don't know. You also informed Lady Belafana that you're going to have to leave Parnast eventually in the spring to do that whole Lord Jomont Oakshield thing. And she was a little disappointed, having hoped your party would remain in Parnast. Maybe for no pay. Did she say that? Do you guys remember? She's a bit cheap. She is. She's a bit cheap. It's like the fiscally opposite of Lord Jomont. The next day, as the caravan traveled closer to the river, Kai noticed Lady Belafana's discomfort. And you learned that her parents died on a river near the Fan Vineyards in Tevir. Hence, Belafana's reluctance to travel over water. She also confided that she feels the need to project more confidence and bravado if people are going to listen to her as a leader. Later in the day, the caravan came across a logging camp that had been abandoned recently, like a matter of weeks before, through your scouting and investigations. As you investigated the camp, you found sticky tar-like residue throughout, a few signs of scuffle, and some journal entries regarding complaints from local fae about the logging activities, or the over-harvestation of trees. Finding no immediate danger, Lady Belafana decided the caravan should plunder whatever resources they could from the site and use the logging camp's tavern for shelter overnight. While the party and Jomont's soldiers kept watch during the night, the camp was invaded by, all kinds of festive creatures. There was a dire reindeer, which you killed, you destroyed. There is a spirited awakened tree that is very large and decked with ornaments and lights. And it seems to be barreling down on you. Even as you do damage, it seems to explode and shake off like a flurry of sharp needle fur that is very piercing, as you experienced just before we ended last session. There are also these sparkly, twinkling lights that were lurking in the bonfire in the center of the logging camp. And to Yelena's dismay, when the last time that Kai threw a fireball, the sparkling lights seemed to intensify in the gleam of the fire, and it split into two. So instead of one sparkling light in front of her, she now has two bright twinkling lights. And it is the wee hours, early morning on the 19th of Marpanath, and you are entrenched in combat against several unjolly spirits from the surrounding Southwood. We're kind of at the top of the round, but with the two bright twinkling lights kind of visioning and appearing in front of Yelena, the energies seem to bounce against each other, temporarily like merge again, and there's like this interference now between the radiance of their light, and they burst off. There's this ricochet of energy that bursts out of them. Okay, so everything within 30 feet. So it's definitely Yelena. So Lady Belafana and the spirited tree are the only ones out of range. All of you get hit with the magic missile, as these like little zinking lights just kind of burst out of these creatures. And luckily for you, everybody just takes 2 damage. Except for Lady Belafana. So I'm going to lower your temporary hit points to 6, Yelena. And we're kicking off with your turn. So go ahead with your turn while I apply damage to everybody. You are on the roof. Okay. You accidentally attacked again. But roll damage. Roll damage because 23 obviously hit. So you hit it for 12 damage. Swords are good. And as far as you can tell, the your deathly strikes, or your whatever that glamour business is that applies that applies psychic damage because of your Fey heritage to your attacks, that seems to be effective as well. You don't see any kind of reaction like you did with the fire, where they seem to be bolstered. They're magical, but they're not that magical. So are you moving, or are you done? Right. So we have there's an ongoing battle happening between these red-capped kind of gnomish little small creatures to the southwest. They are on a different level than you guys, significantly. Like the road kind of twists and descends and curves around from where you are to the west, and then it's on the same level as where these red caps are fighting off Jomont's soldiers. So they're like in their own little battle, and you guys are kind of standing over them by like, 20 feet. And so they're going at it, and so I'm just treating it like everybody's gotten one hit in and just applying damage to all the soldiers to save a little time. So I'm double checking what their damage is. Okay. Now we are onto one of the bright twinkling lights next to Yelena, and it tries to bite you. Just a little nip, and with a 19, it hits. Yelena, well, it would have been 8 damage, but that is like largely absorbed by your temporary hit points, or at least 2 points of it is absorbed by your temporary hit points. So all of your temporary hit points are gone now, and you're taking damage again. But hey, it could have been worse. Lady Belafana quickly becoming like the more not capable amongst this group here. She's gonna do something. I'm not sure what she's gonna do. I'm not even sure why she is where she is. So she's gonna actually run forward a little bit, so that she has more of a clear shot on the spirited treant. And she's still trying to go with this magic pebble business. Still hoping it works. But with a 7, no, it does not work. And she's like, oh, crap! Damn it! But now we're on Sprinkle's turn. And Terrell. I think it's 30, yeah. Yeah, it's failed its dexterity throw. It is a tree. So now it is surrounded by a colored light of your choice and attacks against it. I just had some kind of weird sound like something disconnected on my computer. I might be concerned. Oh, yeah, I'm not recording your sound. What the hell? Talk some more. Oh, crap. Let me adjust my settings. Okay, so that wasn't... Oh, wait, no, it was the right setting. Cool. Guys, talk some.
Okay.
Can you hear us now?
Woohoo!
Hello. Hey.
Hey.
We have Sam. Okay, so apparently... But see, this is better than the last time this happened to me, because last time it was like halftime before I noticed. And this time we're only like 20 minutes in. And most of the first 10 minutes I was blabbing, so... This is like process improvement as far as I'm concerned.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. But you have granted advantage on attacks against this frickin' tree.
Yes, I have. Right, I do not have Sprinkle's sheet, so I don't know how far she can run.
Oh, let me drag Sprinkles to you. But it is 40.
40, so she could actually hit the tree.
If she's 40 feet away, yeah.
Let me check.
Did Sprinkles open for you?
She did.
Cool.
Right, so that, yeah, she's well within 40, isn't she?
Well within 40, yeah.
Sprinkles is going to charge and hit the tree. Right. She's gonna switch it up, and instead of going big first, she's gonna go claw first.
Ooh!
Oh, I love to see that advantage.
A saucy 23.
Nice. So she's sort of like raised up on her back legs to swipe at him, and then as she comes back down, she goes in with a beak. Boo.
Yeah, 13 doesn't quite hit. She's just a little bit short and whiffs it as she tries to beak at this tree. You know, she manages, like, she's going for it, but, like, she misjudges, and it's like the space in between branches is where her beak lands.
Right. And that is us.
Well done, you. We're back to the bright twinkling lights near Yelena.
Nice.
And you're just getting bit at some more.
Maybe I should have moved.
This one with a 20, a dirty 20.
Yep.
But hey, I rolled like shit, so Yelena takes 7 damage rather than more.
Oh god. Alright.
It is Lord Jomont's turn. Is he good at anything? You know what? I think he used his ability last session, and I don't think anybody benefited from that ability because he never remembered to use anything.
I don't even remember what the ability was.
He used his leadership. Oh, it's for 1 minute, and we're only like 2 rounds later, so it's still into effect.
Okay.
So keep in mind that people who are 30 feet within him, that's words. What are they good for? Okay, so this applies to Lady Belafana because she's definitely, and Kai, because they're definitely within 30 feet. Yelena is no longer within 30 feet.
I am.
You are Terrell, but like, yeah, and if you, well, when you get to the tree, you won't be,
yeah.
And Sprinkles isn't. But for right now, if it matters, let's see, what does it do? So if you have to make a saving throw, if you make it for attack rolls, oh my god, why can't I talk? I haven't drunk or anything. Nobody's rolled a natural 20. I still have coffee. I don't know what the deal is. For attack rolls or saving throw, you can add a d4. Yeah. So that's for like 1 roll you can choose in the next 8 rounds.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll have this resolved by then. Anyway, that's not even his turn. What the hell is he doing? Oh, I know what's going to happen. Lord Jomont's going to move forward towards this freaking tree too. Because Yelena's up on the roof and he doesn't fly. So yeah, he's going for the tree too. But, you know, fat lot of good that does, because he only has 30 feet of movement, too, and he was farther away. But now you will, like, he's within 30 feet of the tree, so that effect will take place on you.
Okay.
It will not affect Kai anymore. I'm sorry, Kai.
No worries.
Rebuked it every turn. And Lord Jomont's going to pull a longbow out from his back, and he's going to try to shoot an arrow at this tree. And because of your fairy fire, he does hit with a 23. Unfortunately, the tree does partially resist simple piercing damage and only takes 5 damage. But it's damage that is taken, and Lord Jomont is not completely useless. The end. Now, it is the tree's turn. And seeing as how there's she's not a big girl. She's not huge, but like the fire is in one direction And the tree's going to have to like go around the owlbear one way or the other. And it sees you barreling down. So the tree's just going to wail on the owlbear.
I guess I don't really count as being within 5 foot of Sprinkles, do I?
Yeah, you're still 10 feet away from her.
Yeah, bugger.
So the spirited treant uses its spirit of something and just wails on Sprinkles 3 times, trying to slam her into the ground and move her out of its way. But because I roll like crap, the first attack is a 12, which does nothing on Sprinkles. But the second is a natural 20.
Oh,
Make up
no.
for it. So your owlbear girl, she gets bonked. But only for 19 damage.
Only.
19 damage on her. And then there's one more slam attack. God, that was almost another 20. But she does hit with a 22. This time doing 14 damage to Little Miss Owlbear. And that will be the treant's turn. We are on to Kai.
Okay, well, since I doubled the twinkling bright lights, I will try and get rid of one of them by using Ray of Frost instead of fire.
Okay.
Ah.
You hit with a 22. You do damage with that cold. It doesn't seem particularly vulnerable, but it doesn't seem to be particularly happy that you frosted it, even though 'tis the season for snow.
Right, yeah, and that's me done. I think I can only do one car.
Yeah, one spell.
Damn. And I'll just stay where I am.
Hey, never mind. Never mind.
What?
I just confirming that it rolled your the correct damage.
Yeah.
I did. It did. All right. Top of the round, Yelena.
All right, I'm getting away from these guys so they can take a swipe at me, I guess.
Okay.
How far did my boots take me again?
I think you have.
I
think it's
probably in my sheets
It's
in
the
place.
same.
I
It's
don't
the
know.
same as your regular movement. So probably
Okay.
30 or 35. 35.
35. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna fly northish here, and
I'm gonna do the attacks of opportunity.
because I could sit there and hit them, and then they can hit me again. So I figure if they're gonna hit me,
So one of them hits you.
exactly. They seem to do a lot of damage.
Their bites are a little bit worse than that ricochet thing that they did when the fission happened. But it's not. I mean, the slamming attack that you saw inflicted upon Sprinkles seemed far more significant than the damage that's been happening to you. But it is like water wearing away a stone. They've hit you pretty regularly, and you're feeling it, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
The other opportunity attack is shit. So you only get hit by one.
All right. Do I get one? Did that count? That's one action.
That's just your movement.
Yeah, that's just my movement.
So
okay.
you have all of your attack
All right.
actions. If you want.
We will. I'm gonna shoot at him from a distance. Let's see if I can pick the right longbow.
Your attack should be pretty much the same. It's the damage that's more
Miss.
the thing.
Okay.
But you still get
All right.
another arrow.
Yep. I'm apparently thrown.
And like 16, yeah. Usually things aren't attacking you. Usually you aren't in melee range of anything.
Yeah.
And plus you probably haven't gotten like all the sleep yet.
This is why I became a ranger, to hide and shoot from a distance.
Yeah. Bow a far distance for a reason.
Yes. All right, that's me.
Okay. So we're gonna have... I'm catching up again, but you hear a death cry coming from the battle between the gnomes and the scouts. And it is now one of the bright twinkling lights. Not seeing... You're gone. It's going to go for the next closest person, which I think is Lady Belfana right now. So this one flies down and it tries to bite her. And it hits with an 18.
I'm gonna laugh if we all die in this.
Don't say that.
Very special episode.
'Tis the season. So she takes 12 damage. And Lady Belfana, well, she doesn't look like completely messed up, but you know, she lets out this shout like, "What the fuck?" She's not happy about it. It's her turn now. And what the hell can Lady Belfana do? She is going to she's going to use her bonus action. She's going to assume a wild shape, and she is going to take on the form of a bear. I have not prepared for this, but you know, Bearafana. Oh no, wait, I think that's too high. Wait. Okay, she's a black bear. She's not a brown bear. So just temporarily pretend that she's not on the map. There's like this bear in her place. I'm going to give it her her initiative. And I'm just going to kind of like move her out of the way until she's no longer a bear again and put the bear in her place. And the bear is going to claw at this light. She can't quite do an owlbear yet. That probably would have been more effective. And I mean, this bear is more effective because she hits with a dirty 20.
Nice.
So she claws at the sparkling lights for 8 damage. And then she tries to bite it back. But she misses with a 13. So that's Lady Belafana's turn. Now we are on to Sprinkles and Terrell.
Okay, well, Sprinkles is not looking good. She has 5 hit points left. And I can't decide whether to attack the tree or to heal her. Okay, I'm going to run up and attack the tree. I'm sorry, Sprinkles. Please don't die.
What does Lay on Hands use in the action? Does it use an action?
Yeah. And I'm really annoyed because I could have used bloody Misty Step as a bonus action on the last round and got up to the tree.
Oh.
For some reason I thought it was an action. What is that? No. Yeah, everything else is actions for healing. Alright, I'm just going to try and distract the damn tree. Okay, one hit.
All right, a hit.
And my second hit.
Wait, let me check something.
Uh-oh.
It's nothing bad. Because the tree should have taken more damage than that. But I might have just marked it as Fey and not as plant. No, it is a plant. Why didn't it take extra damage? Did I forget to put in a... Wait a minute. I didn't put the effect on you, that's why. God, an idiot. I don't know why I took it off. You can't take me anywhere. But do roll an extra d8 of damage.
D8.
All right.
Okay, so am I alright to give the damage on the second attack?
Oh, yeah, totally. I've got the effect on you now. It should roll the right thing. Yeah, there we
Yeah, it looks like it. Yay! And then I say to
because all those
Sprinkles.
ones is a good thing you had an extra die.
I know. And then I rapidly give the gesture to Sprinkles to run away.
Sprinkles gives you the signal back, the signal back for danger.
Yeah, I know. Attack of opportunity.
But she'll run away and risk the attack of opportunity. If you want. Make an animal handling check.
Okay.
Let's see how commanding you are.
Not very.
Oh wow! Like the internet really screwed you over. Cause for a hovering second, it was a 19.
All
right.
right. So I guess Sprinkles attacks the tree.
Sprinkle doesn't listen to you. Yeah.
Okay. So. Goes in with the beak. Yay!
Yay!
Beak, that one. There.
All right. With that, this tree is starting to look rather threadbare. And with that chomp of Sprinkle's beak, she rips out a branch. And it shakes the tree such that another burst of needles shoots out from the spirited treant. So that means that everybody within a 40-foot radius must make a dexterity saving throw. Let me do a circle. Let me do a circle.
I mean, it's definitely me and Sprinkles.
So, Lord Jomont also needs to do a saving throw. And Yelena! Oh, you're so lucky today, Yelena.
Shit. Dex
saving throw.
This is Sprinkles.
Lord Jomont saves with a 20. Sprinkles fails with an 11. Terrell, you fail with a 7. And Yelena? You're pretty dexy. You fail, though, with a 12.
In the air? I'm in the air. Does that count for
Yeah, it
anything?
was 40 feet. Well, let me see how far away you are.
What about Lord Jormont's thingy that gave us?
Oh, you can add D4.
Oh! Hang on.
That won't help you, Terrell.
No, but it'll help Sprinkles,
it might help. It might help Sprinkles. You
Okay.
gotta roll a 4 though, and you did.
Oh, she didn't. Worth a try.
I mean, triangles. It's like, are you within range because of the triangle? I will be merciful because the owlbear is getting it.
No.
So don't roll, Yelena. So you take 13 damage to Terrell and to Sprinkles.
Ah, Sprinkles is gone.
And Lord Jomont takes 6 damage. So, what, is Sprinkles down?
Yep. She was at 42 damage off of 47 hit points, so... Told you to run away!
She didn't listen. Alright. Alright. Everybody sees the grahooting form of young Sprinkles collapse in the onslaught of sharp pine needles, piercing her furry feathered body just after she viciously ripped a branch away from this spirited tree. So next round, Sprinkles is going to have to start making death saving throws. Is there anything else for you this turn?
No, I don't think so. I think the only bonus action I've got is bloody Misty Step that I forgot about. Hang on. No, everything else is actions. Oh, I've got a bonus action. Next, no, that's for the hits, which I should have done when I was... Nope, that's it.
Okay. The other bright twinkling light decides to chase down Yelena. And it bites. Because it is a floaty thing. It hits with a 20. Doing 8 damage. It is now Lord Jomont's turn. He's looking pretty hardy. Jeez McGee's. He has absolutely no way to heal an owlbear. But he also runs up within range of the tree. With the fire to his back. And now he is using his great sword to attack at the tree. Oh, make a concentration check. Wait, is Fairy Fire concentration? Oh no, wait, never mind. I forgot.
Yeah,
that it's from an item, and I don't usually make you guys do concentration things if a spell is item based.
Yeah, I think it said something about that in the description.
But he has a critical hit because what he is, a 19 is critical for him. That's a really thrilling critical hit there. Wait, no, I don't think it applied the damage. Wait. Okay, so that should be 9 more damage than that. I mean, Fantasy Grounds literally says it's a critical hit, and then it doesn't do critical damage. What the hell? The tree starting to look a little Charlie Brown here. It's very threadbare. There's just like 2 little ornaments dangling off of it. Just, a few branches with little sprigs. of needles, and you see like the expression on this spirited treant almost looks mournful now. Like you have taken like the spirit of the holidays like completely away from him, and he's got like coal in his stocking. But it is the tree's turn, and it is going to, given that the owlbear has fallen, it is going to make some slamming attacks against both you, Terrell, and Lord Jomont. So the first one against you, Terrell, misses with a 14. The first one against Lord Jomont misses with a 15. And another against you, Terrell, misses with a 14. And you know, you get a sense that had this tree not taken so much damage at this point, you can imagine how at the start of this combat there would have been significant branches thwapping you where you stood and doing terrible damage. But because the tree is now so threadbare, its attempts to strike you just aren't landing. It doesn't have like the same force that it once did. Mm-hmm. There is another death cry that comes from the lower portions of the camp. And it's Kai's turn.
Right, okie dokie. I shall have a go at the tree, I think. I'll move slightly. And then I'm going to do Scorching Ray on the tree.
You hit that tree.
Yay!
The tree is scorched.
Okay, I'll do my next one. A 20.
The tree is on fire.
It will be soon.
More kindling. And as
Hey!
Kai's second little arrow of fire shoots out of his fingertips, the tree erupts into flame, and you just see it timber into the bonfire. There's like a little showering mist of sparks as the wood creaks, crackles, and just starts to burn. That spirited tree is no more.
Is spirited.
Kai said bah humbug. We'll have none of that. Now, I think your spell still has one little doohickey.
Oh, it does. Who can I?
What's your range on it?
There's all
120.
Well, you are. I'd say you. Did you use all your movement?
I don't think so. Might have
I don't
a
think
couple
you
of.
did either. If you move like one step south, I think you would start having a vantage point because that like little hut thing is in your way some. But you could shoot one of the doohickeys down below.
What? So from there, or
Yeah,
a
like
bit more?
yeah.
Was it fire that made them split before, though?
No, not them.
Talking about
them.
the red caps.
Oh,
red
red cap, sorry.
Yeah.
I've zoomed in and I've forgotten all about them.
But you
Right,
see, like there's one red cap you can hit.
Yeah. Right. Okie doke.
You also see that there's been a lot of carnage, Kai. That two of Jomont's soldiers are lying unconscious, and there are streaks of blood in the snow.
Oh dear.
But you hit that red cap with your third scorching ray.
And just do 4 damage.
Doing 4 damage, but the one you hit looks like he's pretty rough.
Okay. Okay. So that is me done.
Top of the order, Yelena.
Oh, I'm gonna swipe at this damn thing. Switch back to the short sword. God,
Yeah, that.
Sword,
yeah.
sword. It's contagious.
Because it won't leave me alone.
Oh my god!
It's dodging and
The little light just bobs and weaves.
there we go.
Ah, yes. So 24 hits. And even though your sword seems to kind of swipe through this sparkling light, there's the sound as it does so. This kind of like whomp, as the damage from your short sword just kind of, there's this momentary flash in the light of like darkness and purple and like this extra little puff of the smell of lavender as your short sword cleaves through this sparkling light. And it just kind of shakes in place. Like it's
do I think that lavender scent is significant in some way?
no, you think that's just like your dreadful strikes business
I see. Okay.
being
didn't know.
flavorful.
I didn't know.
Being
It's me.
flavorful.
It's me being stinky, not the.
Yeah,
polite.
you're stinky. You're stinky, Yelena. I'm just emphasizing how stinky you are. So now that I've gotten like some of these red caps and stuff out of the way, and that they might be targeted, I'm gonna actually roll their attacks. But they apparently do not like roll like crap. All right, that one missed. We're on to the twinkling lights next to the black bear. It's gonna bite the bear, theoretically. It does. It hits the bear because the bear doesn't have high armor class. A 13
Oh, no.
actually lands. And it does 12 damage to Lady Bellafana in bear form. Lady Bellafana, she chomps back. Doing, what Sprinkles would have done in spirit. And she makes both a bite and a claw. So let's do claw first. It misses with a 10.
She's doing as well as Sprinkles.
And she misses with a 17.
Bloody hell.
It's hard to hit light. The Barafana lets out a roar of frustration. Sprinkles Terrell. Sprinkles makes a death save.
No, I'm gonna cast Lay on Hands.
Okay. How much do you heal Sprinkles for?
Let me just check, but I think it's 8. Oh no, 5. So can I do 2 heal on hands, lay on hands for one action, or?
You can do as much as you want to out of your pool of 30.
I can give 30 hit points, not 30 lay on hands. Oh, so I got excited then. I'd be tossing him around a lot more if that were the case.
I think you have 6 ticks by your lay on hands, maybe. So
yeah, so
it only
2.
takes one action to do lay on hands, and you just choose how many ticks you give her.
Right.
I think we have it in 5-point increments because that has something to do with curing diseases or something.
Possibly, yeah. All right, so I do that. I'll look at her and say, "Stay."
So you give her back 10. Okay.
Yes.
She opens her eyes. She's still like prone, and she like gives like this little like whimper. And just sighs, kind of like a puppy dog.
Okay.
Now your turn, Terrell.
Yep. So I'm gonna misty step and then move the rest of the way.
Note that Yelena is still flying, as far as I know,
Okay.
and the light is with her. Okay.
Oh, in the air.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Never mind then. I'll go the other way and go there. I mean, I've got 60 foot movement with Misty Step,
So you are now adjacent to the sparkling light fighting the black bear.
Yes, and that's all I can do.
Yes, I guess it is, because you did lay on hands and then you Misty Stepped. Okay. It is now the light next to Yelena's turn. And same old, same old. But this time, it misses.
Yay!
Yelena, you managed to dodge out of the way. You're getting wise to its tricks. And all this like light biting you is not nice. Lord Jomont, he does not have Misty Step. So he is going to he's going to move around the fire a little bit, and he's going to try to help Yelena out with shooting arrows at that bright sparkly thing. Or an arrow, because he's not fancy like she is. But he does hit it with an arrow with a 25. Doing 5 whole damage. Oh, man. Yeah, things are not looking good for Jomont soldiers. Yeah, things are looking pretty. Okay, there's another death cry. Just before he got to take his turn, too. Kai! Save them! Save that one guy who looks like he's ready to keel over.
Right, I will do a ray of frost on that red cap then. And miss.
Aww.
And that's it, that's all I can do, innit?
Oh, wait. Oh, never mind.
Unless I can use an inspiration and re-roll.
You can use an inspiration and reroll. That's
Yeah,
what they're for.
I'll do it. I'll do that.
And that was a good use of an inspiration, because now you hit with a dirty 20. That red cap, you shoot it with like this lance of ice, and you see it as like kind of, you hear the crackle as it sinks into his flesh, and then like the kind of the frostiness as it sort of expands in a burst of ice in the chest of this like little red capped gnome. And there's another death cry. And he tips over, and you see like this kind of look of relief on the Shieldbriar soldier's face. God, that's hard to say. And the soldier who's barely standing looks around because he knows the other ones are going to be after him soon, and he starts looking around for maybe a direction he can retreat.
Super.
Top of the order, Yelena.
All right, swipe.
You hit with a 23. Hey, 13 damage.
Come on.
A 14 didn't miss, but you did do 13 damage to it.
I mean, you got one hit in.
I got one hit in.
The twinkling light is not nearly as twinkly as it was before.
That serves it right.
It's about half size.
How many hits does it get on me usually? Does it get 2?
One. It does like a single bite.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if I move away or not. I'll take a chance and just stay there. All right, I'm done.
Oh wait, is there another red cap on this map? Wait. Oh, there is.
Yeah.
I haven't even been paying attention to this guy. Well, he's running. Boop, and he doesn't get to the guy who he is just round in the corner. The bright twinkling light that is next to Lady Bellafana, it's gonna go for you instead. It's gonna try to bite you instead because you're like fresh meat here, Terrell.
Hmm.
And it hits with a 25.
Stuffed. Fucking twinkling light.
They're like really nasty horseflies.
That's exactly what they're like. But you know, you partially resist it. You have that ability. So you take 9 damage.
Okay.
I keep clicking on Lady Bellafana instead of the bear. So bear's gonna try to make its attacks. God! And you basically hear the bear do that again, being like, "Roar!" Like it's really upset about how this is going. Sprinkles and Terrell.
Alright, well, Sprinkles isn't doing anything. Unless she's going to disobey my command to stay.
She's sitting on her butt, feeling sorry for herself.
Okay. I'm going to attack the twinkly light. Yes.
Let me check something.
Yeah, why did it get extra damage?
So as you hit it with your bow blade, you notice that the sparkly twinkling light does seem to glow a little brighter.
Uh-oh.
As if slightly bolstered by your strike with the bow blade.
Hmm.
You can make an Arcana check if you want to, Terrell.
Sure, why not? I'm not sure it'll be very good. Nope.
Yeah, with a natural one, you do not have any insight about that. You still have another attack though, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to heal it. I know what.
You did
cast.
You did do a certain amount of damage.
I'm just going to cast my sparking bolts from my bow blade.
Okay, you're gonna cast sparking bolts from your bow blade. Okay.
Ah.
So you have two more bolts.
Can I use them? Is that one action to use all them?
Actually, you're at disadvantage because that's a ranged attack.
Oh,
and
shit.
you are at melee range. So with your third
All
one,
right.
it doesn't matter because the second one missed too. But for your second one, do roll at disadvantage. I mean, your last one, roll at disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, you fucker.
So you shoot off like this little chain of little lightning bolts, but they all fly wide. And and you're like, oh, you fucker. None of it worked. But that's your turn.
That's me done.
I'm sorry, I just accidentally did wiggles to the map. Didn't mean to. The one next to Yelena, as usual, tries to bite her. Hits with a 28. It was almost a nat 1, so... Fancy Grounds apparently just hates you.
Yeah, it does today.
Does 11 damage.
What am I at? Am I still standing? I guess so.
I think you're still standing. It would say if you were unconscious. You still have 14 hit points.
Whole 14.
A whole 14 hit points. Oh man. So the red caps come running after the guy. And unfortunately, when they had one more had its turn before the guy, before he could retreat and gets to attack. And hits with a dirty 20. And I don't know if it's your dismay or just your curious notice, Kai, but the Shieldbearer soldier that you tried to save by felling a red cap gnome is still, you watch as he is cut down anyway, as the remaining gnomes start to catch up with him.
Oh.
So all of Jomont's men have been slaughtered that were on guard. It's now Jomont's turn. He's clueless. But he's going to shoot with his longbow again. Hits with a 25. And does 5 more damage to the bright twinkling light by Yelena. Kai, you see that these gnomes seem like they're starting to run your direction. That you have some time. There's some space. And you have a little bit of time before they start to move in such a way that your aim at them might be blocked they might be covered by the surrounding landscape. And it's your turn.
Right, okay, so I'm just going to move down here just a little bit so I can clearly see those, yeah? I'm going to do a fireball.
All 3 of them. Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to do a fireball, right, but will I get all 3 of them?
Yeah, if you can easily do a fireball in the middle of those 3 and just lay them out.
So how do I target all 3 things at once?
Oh my gosh, that is the eternal question.
Isn't it?
I think it was, we knew once upon a time.
Oh,
last year, we knew how to do this.
Control and right click or something to...
Yeah, something like that.
Control right click. To draw a circle or something. No, maybe not.
No, I think
can you see the circle? Yeah? Will that do it if I do it in that?
No, because you should have them under in the combat tracker. You'll know you have something targeted if it's listed as a target. So I think what you have to do is you were highlighted. I think you have to right click on all three of those things.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
But you might have to hold control at the same time or something.
No, that's not working.
I have it written down. Oh, you got it.
Got it.
All right, now just roll your savey thing on in the chat, I think, and it will do it on all of them, I think. Woot! Okay, 2
20 on
and
one.
a success. So roll your damage in chat, and it should apply it appropriately. I'm pretty sure you're going to take all of them out, even the one that saved.
What do we reckon?
Well,
No,
at
you've
least
killed two of them.
them are
2.
dead.
Yay!
Ooh. It was probably the one who I'd forgotten about and that was like way far south and just came around the corner is still alive or something. But yeah, you watch as you light up these red caps, and one of them looks very charred, but it's still standing. But the other two are dropped. And you've done a little, cremation to Jomont's guys.
Yay!
Pretty efficient.
And that's me done.
All right, Yelena, back to you.
Swiping at my friend here.
I should say, or remind, that you can use potions as a bonus action
I don't think I've got any.
on house rules. If you have any healing potions or
I do
healing
not.
foods, it's
Yeah,
only
have you got your
feeding.
chicken leg?
It's only feeding potions to other creatures that takes a full action per our house rules.
God bless. Okay. I am useless. Not doing well today.
Both of them missed.
Yes.
Oh, that's brutal. Well, the light by Terrell and Bellafana is still going. It tries to bite you, Terrell, misses. So that was a good turn as far as you're concerned, because the light isn't doing anything. The bear is trying to be useful. The bear is failing. Not even 18. What? Wait a second. This is me not even. Oh, okay. Okay, well, the bear. Lady Bellafana, she's like, you hear like this grunt of unhappiness, and she is going to move away and draw an attack of opportunity as a bear. So the light's gonna use its reaction to try to attack her. It does hit with a 19.
Oh dear.
So the bear takes 9 damage. And you just hear this like, "Arr!" That's not a good bear noise, but a bear noise. And Sprinkles is sitting there. You see her kind of wiggle, like she's watching all this, and she kind of Sprinkles like does this grr hoot to Bellafana Bear. Like, "Roar, like me. You're also getting fucked up." Team Bear. Terrell, your turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna go back to the bow blade and hope that it does more damage than it does healing when I can hit it. Alright, second attack. Bloody hell. Ah!
the light by Yelena. It's gonna try to bite you again. But it misses again.
I stick my tongue out at it.
You're such a good sport, Yelena. Jomon, it's not broke. He's not gonna fix it. I feel so stupid right now. I don't know. He's gonna try to shoot another arrow into the twinkly light by Yelena. And it hits with a dirty 20. A shocking turn of event. Lord Jomon is not sucking today. This is like opposite day. But he still only does 4 damage because he can't roll a good damage roll. So that's his turn. That one surviving red cap, it's like gonna try, it's reconsidered its ways. It's like, everybody's dead. It's gonna start running the opposite direction back toward the woods. So it's just gonna dash 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And let's just say it just dashes out of sight of Kai, and nobody else was really paying attention to it. So I'm gonna remove this guy. And it is now Kai's turn.
Right, I'll do a ray of frost at the light by Terrell.
You hit with a 26. Nine damage of frostiness.
Yeah. And that's it for me.
So the light by Terrell does look, it looks significantly dimmed. It is just like this little pinpoint darting around at this point. Yelena.
Guess what I'm gonna do? I do have that. I didn't see it in my inventory, but now that I'm looking at my actions sheet, I've got that mystical chicken wing.
Yeah, you can eat a mystical chicken wing. It gives you a little, top up your health a little.
I don't know that it's worth it. It's like hanging on to that. Like people go into the desert and die of thirst, and then they've got water in their water bottle. That's what it feels like.
It is this light. It is getting pretty dim by you as well.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna hang on to it.
Slightly brighter than the other one, but still.
I will wait till that last possible minute here, I think. All right, swacking away at this guy. Hit.
Dirty 20 hits.
Yay.
Actually, that was just enough. That was just enough.
Oh, okay, so
you dropped it exactly to 0. So
nice.
As you swiped, you got that burst of lavender again and that flash of darkness and purple as your short sword swiped through that pinpoint of light that remained. And as your sword completes its cleave, the light doesn't return. You've snuffed it out.
All right. I'm gonna move over to closer to Terrell. All right.
A single dim light remains.
All right, that's my move. I'm still floating, but
You're hovering above.
Yeah, I'm hovering above.
Like what? Like 20 feet or so? 15?
Yeah, so maybe I can pull those lights away from her.
So they're right next to Terrell. They're going to try to bite Terrell. Miss with a 17.
I also stick my tongue out.
at this point, Lady Belafana, she drops the bear because she's like, this is so pointless.
I'm sorry, she's getting bored.
She's like, that was like a terrible experiment, and I don't know if bear was not the right. I mean, okay, I absorbed some damage, cool, but I didn't help. Ugh. So she is going to. Does she have anything interesting she can do? And the answer is no. Yeah, we're gonna magic bubble it because I don't want to like search for anything else. Sorry, I like lost all sense of what the hell. Where's my stuff? Okay, there it is. Yeah, 15's useless. She's like, God damn it. And that's her turn. Terrell.
All right. I'm not sure whether to hit it with the sword or just stick a moonbeam on it, which is radiant damage. What do we think? Does it matter?
Well, if your sword heals it, I wouldn't do that.
There's not much left to it, as far as you can tell. Let's just say, do a perception check.
Okay.
Like to see if you saw what Yelena did or not.
Probably not because I won't.
No, not with the 12. Because DC is 13.
Okay.
All right.
Right. I'm just gonna hit it again. I'll hit it. I'll try to hit it. Oh, I hit it.
You hit it with a 26.
Hey!
And yeah, because you only did 1 damage with your bonus lightning damage. So that was enough to, you also, there was no lavender, there's no purple. There's like this little teeny spark that you see the remaining flicker of light seems to absorb into itself, but the damage from your blade is too much. And you also have snuffed out the light. Rage against the dying of the light. And let me change the music back to something less creepy, cheery.
That is a good it's creepy yet cheery.
It's ideal.
Sort of Tim Burton-esque.
More Tim Burton, less urgent. So, the sounds of combat fade. You see like these... The tree is now burnt into ashes. There is a carcass of a dire reindeer here. The lights, there's nothing left of them. Kai can see down below a bunch of charred bodies. And you all kind of gathered together now that the combat is done. Looking a bit worse for wear. And I think this is a perfect time for a little adventurer's break.
Okay.
Yep, back in a few.
Yep.
Back in a few. Hello, I am back.
Hello.
What's going on?
We're here.
Not much.
Yay! Well, if everybody's here and physically, if not emotionally prepared, let's resume with whatever this is. I mean, it's really... We don't need a battle map anymore. As you guys kind of gather together, as combat ends, many of you, worse for wear, Lord Jomont is abashed to realize that at least half of his soldiers are now deceased.
Oh no.
At this point, also, a couple more figures start to emerge from the tavern, ready for a fight. The remainder of Jomont's men, the 2 clerics, and the what's her name? Vima Tor or whatever, the chick who has her own Vardo that she met outside of Zelbras. And Ragnar, they all come out of the building. They're ready to fight, and they realize that they're like a day late, $1 short. But sometimes not everybody sleeps in their armor like Lord Jomont has learned to. And sometimes people have to suit up to get outside. And they're also kind of, they're asking what's going on. You hear, like, as the door opens and these figures start emerging from the tavern, you hear like a bustle and anxious talking emitting from the tavern of all of the other members of the caravan about what's going on and if they're safe or not. The clerics are like kind enough to do like a prayer of healing. So some immediate injuries are healed. This is me looking up what is involved with that. Like how many I heal. So 3d8. 3d8 plus 4, okay. And you're like, what's his name? The blacksmith from Zelbras is out there too. Actually, he pops up one of his turrets. You've got the clerics, they're doing their prayers of healing. And the blacksmith sees this happen, and he's like, oh, wait a minute, I got this. This is what I'm here for. And he puts up one of his turrets of healing, and you guys all bask in it. For as long as it takes. You're all back at max health, but you have not recovered any abilities or spells. So I'm taking away everybody's wounds. So everybody should be at max hit points, including sprinkles.
Much better.
And Lord Jomont looks amongst you and says, What was that about?
I think the loggers got a bit too happy with what they were cutting down and pissed off some local spirits.
Everybody can make history checks.
Oh. That's not a great roll either.
Yeah, we don't know nothing.
Yep, roll useless.
All 3 of you. You're just shrugging.
We're no book learning here.
We don't know what's going on, man. Don't look at us, Lord Jomont. We got nothing. Like, yeah. Apparently trees got mad about getting cut down, and they wanted to exact a little vengeance. Sure, okay. So, Lord Jomont just kind of like scratches his head. You think it's safe for the rest of the night? And he looks to Lady Bellefonte. Do you think we should? Do you think we should pack up now and get back on the road, move further along, and perhaps regroup out of the logging camp? Do you think we should proceed resting here? It's like the witching hour. So you've got 3 or so hours until dawn.
I don't know what good leaving at this point is going to do.
No.
Well, I need to get my
Stay
spell
put.
slots back. Have we had a rest?
No.
You
I'm-
haven't had time for a short rest yet.
I think we should at least do that.
Lord Jomont, when there's no immediate, consensus about leaving camp, and it looks like, people are just like, I guess we stay here for the rest of the night. And he's just kind of shrugs it off, and he just starts moving down the hill, and he ushers for his pal from Succumber. I think his name is Garen, and to come along, and a couple other able-bodied out of the soldiers that have still remain. Anyone who's willing to join in to go and bury the soldiers who were felled, or maybe gather up the remains and finish the cremation that Kai started. So, Lord Jomont's kind of gone off, and it's just you and Sprinkles and Lady Bellafana and the Vina Tar, the woman from Zelbras. And she comments, it does seem curious that a logging camp would draw that kind of ire. You had a chance to look around this place. You didn't find anything else about what's going on here?
I feel like resting is a good idea, and then maybe when the sun comes up, look around.
I mean, I can cast Divine Sense if we think that will be useful, but that only really... I mean, I don't know if they would have been classed as evil. Angry tree spirits.
I think we established last session that your Divine Sense didn't really pick out anything.
Yeah, it's Celestial Fiends and Undead, so...
Yelena used a spell slot to use her, I think, Primeval Awareness.
That's right. That's why I wrote that down.
To note that there were Fae, but because she's in one of her favored territories or her terrains, she notices the presence of stuff up to 6 miles around. So, when she uses that ability, she doesn't know if something is 200 feet away or 5 miles away. She just knows there's something of that type nearby. And having Euphoria, the wyvern, flying around doesn't really help, because she could detect a dragon. But, Euphoria would flag as a dragon nearby, so it's almost like Euphoria is kind of a mask if there was, any big dragons around. But yeah, she definitely detected Fae well before you guys settled in for the night.
Right.
But because of the range being 6 miles, and you were adjacent to a forest, and from Yelena's experience, I mean, there's a lot of... If there's going to be a portal to the Feywild, that's not uncommon for there to be Fey spirits in a forest. Same for you, Terrell. I mean, that's your hometown. It's kind of based on that principle. So it's not a shock that there are Fey spirits around.
Hmm.
But you did notice coming into town that there was, it had been cleared extensively around this logging camp. Oh well. Lady Bellafana's kind of claps her hands together. Okay. So we're not going to immediately panic. That's what I'm getting from everybody. We're all very tired. We don't want to fight anything else, right? Right?
Yeah.
Correct.
You guys think you need rest?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'm taking watch then. Yeah, how does that work? Do I just like look around and see for if anything's coming?
Well, she's not going to be by herself, though, is she?
No, hey, what's your name?
Don't we have arm? Did all the soldiers die?
There's
No, because a bunch of them.
There's soldiers. Half the soldiers are around still.
Yeah, the ones that died are the ones that were doing like the shift of watch.
Harkon, the guy you rescued from the shapeshifters, he's still alive. The sergeant is still alive, and there's like a scout and a couple soldiers, but they're like four of Jomont's men are toast now. So a good chunk of them, and he's off with his surviving men, burying them, seeing to the remains and taking a moment. So they're not readily available right now. They've kind of, but they will be, in an hour or so. They can relieve somebody. But Lady Belafana is like, hey, to Venus, she's like, do you know anything about keeping watch? And Venus is like, I was born to watch things. I don't necessarily act. I'm better at hiding when I see something. But yeah, I'll watch. And you see her as she kind of limberly grabs onto like the eave of the tavern and kind of like hops between cart and the railing and kind of parkour climbs up to the roof where Yelena was keeping watch before, and she just kind of settles down, sitting with her legs dangling off the edge of the roof, and she takes out a knife and she just starts carving in a little piece of wood, doing a little whittling as she looks around. And Yelena looks up and she's like, okay, well that was kind of cool. I mean, not Yelena, Belafana. All these names. She's like, okay, well that's kind of cool. I don't think I can do that, so I'm going to just stand here and look around, and you guys go take your rest for a little while.
Okay.
We should rest well.
So you guys gonna do a short rest?
I guess that's all we can do, isn't it? We can't really do a long rest.
What does that give me back, spell slot wise?
You can do arcane recovery, Kai, which means you can recover, I think it's 4 levels worth of spells, because you get 1 extra because of some other ability, if I recall correctly. So it's like, it's half your wizard level worth of spells plus 1.
Yeah, so for the rest of us.
So like 1 fireball and a level 1 spell slot, or like 2 level 2 spell slots, Kai. That kind of thing.
What about a level 2 and a level 3 spell slot?
That's too much.
Okay. A level 3 spell slot then, yeah?
Yeah. If you don't have any level 1s to recover, then it's just level 3.
No.
Yeah, I've got 2 level 1s.
Now you don't get to recover anything, Yelena.
No, we're screwed.
Alas.
But Lord Jomont's little thing that he used, that recovers. I'm gonna officially give you a short rest. You've already healed, so there's no point in doing anything else in terms of spending hit dice. But Yelena, your socks of the well rested do give you temporary hit points. Mm-hmm. So roll a d8 for your temporary hit points.
Ooh. Now don't use it all at once, Yelena.
Short rest assigned.
I was 8 when I needed them, so hopefully we won't need these.
And 1 glorious temporary hit point for Yelena. So you spend your hour resting and recovering what you can. I don't know if there's any other abilities that you guys get back.
No, I mean, I'm thinking if I don't get up back, I might as well just take a watch. Just
It's
patrol.
only an hour, though. Your short rest is an hour. So, like, after an hour, you can, like, finish out the night helping with the watch.
Right.
I'm so smart. I put absolutely no notes about wild shape here for Lady Belafana and how that worked for her. So I don't know if she gets that thing back without looking it up. Ooh. But luckily, I have added tabs to all the classes in my player's handbook. Yeah, she does get it back on a short rest. So the evening proceeds. There's no more alarms for this hour, and by the time you've finished your short rest, you see Lord Jomont and his remaining soldiers and Dylan Ravenshade, I think his name is, kind of clumping up the hill to rejoin you. Lord Jomont nods. Any change? We're still finishing out the night here.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's wise to start traipsing around in the dark.
We're not. The next town along the route is Loudwater. I haven't heard anything about the conditions of that village in some time. I'm not sure what we'll find. It was once an impressive place. Hopefully it has held in this savage frontier. It hasn't fallen some similar fate to Zelbros or the Ulevant. I'll look to hiring more soldiers, if there are any to be had. Terrell, you could do a religion or a history check.
Oh, hang on, let me just check. Religion, -1. History, -1. Well, what the chuff. Can I do like a medicine check or an intimidation check? Ooh, never mind, I take it back.
Natural 20, which is a perfect natural 20 for you to get it on that one. I'm so glad. I also feel like a shot of moonshine is just what, is in order. Maybe it'll allow me to say things like shield for our soldier more eloquently. So, Terrell, Loudwater has great meaning to you.
Okay.
Because you're a follower of Lyki.
Okay.
And you're well aware that 2 centuries ago, during a period called the Time of Troubles, when gods came and walked among the earth in physical avatars, there was this whole thing having to do with Baal, the Lord of Murder, and shenanigans. But the place that Lyki called home, kind of her forest, worldly paradise, was Loudwater. And there was a period where it was her residence. Of course, with the end of the Time of Troubles, she departed. But it is still considered a somewhat spiritual place, a shrine for followers of Lyki.
Okay.
There were also, at the time when she was there were people, leaders or people that Lyki blessed, were typically called green regents, You don't know if those still exist. After all, this was 2 centuries ago. But at that time, that's what were considered amongst the leaders. Highly valued, skilled rangers and people, tied to the forest. You don't know if they still exist. The other thing that you know is that Loudwater is built, and it derives its name from being built at the conflux of 3 rivers. And in many ways, it is a city built upon water. But it is also a living city of great gardens. It was an early use of hydroponics, kind of like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, if you will.
Okay.
So you clock that and you think with one hand, oh, okay, this is really exciting to see this place. A little bit of dread, like hoping it hasn't been ravaged like Zelbros or Ulavan. But also thinking about Lady Belafana's aversion to rivers.
But the hydroponic stuff might be of interest to her.
That's true. So it is noted that is the next place you're going to reach.
Okay.
You hold out watch for the rest of the night. Everybody make perception checks.
Well, at least I've managed one good roll today.
This is not, yeah.
You've done your one good roll.
Guys hate us. Or hate me.
I think the random number generators just screwed us all today, because I did have some good attack rolls, but that's just because there was a high plus to hit on some of these creatures. But I've rolled pretty bad too, especially like on damage rolls. So I just think Fantasy Grounds, the random number generator, picked a bad seed for us. We need that good seed. Everybody needs to change their dice colors or something. Yeah, you keep watch, and you don't see any signs of trouble for the rest of the night. Dawn comes, and people in the caravan start to stir. Ragnar shifts to cooking breakfast for everyone. But there aren't so many beans and oatmeal because you guys have salvaged supplies that used to belong to the loggers of this camp. So this particular morning, while he does cook up a little bit of beans for himself, there are also pancakes topped with fruit and bacon and reindeer jerky. The other members of the camp, other than those that were really roused by the conflict, have managed to get a long rest. They're fairly well rested, though it does take longer to get started this morning. Partially because of the upheaval during the night, but also because Lady Belafana wants to take all the good stuff she can out of this camp that you can fit in the wagons that you salvaged.
Right.
So I think there's something like 3 or 4 more wagons. She found some oxen, some hungry oxen and horses to help pull them. So there's a couple caravans full of lumber that is being salvaged from this logging camp. There are food supplies, and there are tools. And there's like 1 extra wagon left over that can carry people. So a few less people have to walk alongside the wagons now. which there's a bit of happy excitement about that one. And of course, there's less guards, so there's extra
spare horses.
So there's some spare horses, so more people get to ride. Oh, how serendipitous. Yeah, 4 less mouths to feed. But do you want to like look around the place, investigate anything else before everyone departs?
I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think there's out to really look at?
It's a whole complex, right? It's not just this little area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole well, the map, like I've already closed that map, but like the map where you had combat is kind of like the central area of the camp. And it's like 2 tiers roughly. The lower one is more adjacent to the flumes where the logs would circularly be processed and like float down the hill into the river and potentially like get zoinked back up. And alongside that road is a lumber mill. The main building is the tavern/inn/offices that everybody was sleeping in. That's the largest building. And there are some satellite buildings where people slept. I think there was like there might have been a separate like general store kind of storage building, but like there's maybe half a dozen other buildings kind of littered around. There was like one watchtower that kind of got wasted in the combat. And then the sawmill, there's like storage areas for some extra lumber and wood. There's stables. And then there's the big tavern. So roughly 10 structures total to this logging camp.
I mean, did we search the stables and stuff? I mean, I'm just wondering if we search the stables and the storage thing. You
haven't looked in every single building. You went through the tavern. I think that's where you found like in the offices portion. You found ledgers and some notes about the trouble with the Fae. You went in the stables and found the horses that were like hungry and oxen. You got supplies out of like the storage area. It's basically the lumber mill and some of the kind of like huts that people were using that different loggers were sleeping in that you didn't look at in detail.
Right. Well, it's up to you guys. I mean, we can do a quick rifle through if you want. I don't know whether we should think about dismantling or disabling the sawmill. Prevent anyone else from pissing off the local spirits.
Should we leave a sign behind?
I could just chuck a fireball at something and set it all on fire. No, that'd be bad. Wildfires and all that.
It's not a timely reaction. It's not a timely solution to problems, Kai.
No. Oh dear. I don't know. If we start, checking things out, we're going to be here till next Christmas, aren't we?
Let's just say, okay, because what I'm getting at, we have spent a lot of time when I should have just asked you, are you guys going to search anymore? Because if you're going to search anymore, I'm going to have you do an investigation check. And if you aren't, then we're going to act like you've hit the road again. You're like ready to get out of Dodge. You're like, let's make tracks. Let's get some distance from this place and move on.
Should we do that?
Yeah, I think we should do that. Yeah.
So when you say what I think we should do that, do you mean move on or do you mean look around?
Yep, get out of Dodge. Yeah.
Okay.
Move
so you're
on.
getting out of Dodge. No more looking around. Everybody packs up, gets back in the wagon. You get a late start, so you don't make as much mileage. But the caravan gets back on the road, and you proceed. You make maybe 18 miles that day. The caravan camps again at nighttime, this time off road, this time more of the normal routine. And it's, another day has passed. You're by another campfire, resting for the evening. Anything in particular anyone wants to do?
Resting. I think.
Or do you just want to go straight into a long rest?
I think I've got a book I need to do some more
me
studying
too.
of.
We've got homework.
Yeah, you can spend about 4 hours with a book.
I
Okay.
think that's all I need left for mine, right?
It might be. Let me consult the notes of.
Me too.
You are a sleight of hand tome. Is that right, Yelena? Yes, you only need 4 more hours to become proficient with sleight of hand as a skill. So for Yelena, let's say you're complete. You've turned the last page in your sleight of hand book. You are pretty sure you know all of the tricks, and you're now proficient. So your proficiency bonus will be added to any sleight of hand checks you make going forward.
Is there anything I need to do in?
I've already done it.
Oh, thank you.
Just now while I was babbling. Now, for Terrell's tome, was it the religion tome you had? What tome were you reading?
Yeah, comparative pantheonic philosophies and cosmology for dummies. Really rolls off the tongue.
Well, why didn't I make a note about your progress? Oh, there it is, religion tome. Duh.
I'm gonna say I knew I'd read some of it.
All right, so you can read 4 more hours. So now you're on 14 out of the 24 needed.
Okay, so 10 left.
So I'm updating that. I am making typos. Now, Kai, is there anything you would like to do during the 8 hours you have? Because you are an elf, you only need 4 to get a long rest for the night.
I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can do is write in my spell book in it.
Do you have any spells to write?
I don't think so. I could make some up. I could tinker with things.
You could tinker with things. You
Yeah,
could, like,
I could
search for alchemy whatsits. You could alchemize something.
Yeah.
Galvanize.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
You have.
I mean, I've got a nice selection of silver if there's anything you want to.
Freaking got Apprentice Guide Volume 2, which is full of spells that you could learn if you were bothered.
Right. Okay. I
As
could
well
start
as-
reading.
As well as alchemical recipes.
Right. Okay.
So the spells that are in this book, I think some of them are too high level for you to learn, but some of them are not. So there's things like Reverberate, Instant Siege Weapon, Doom of Blue Crystal, Bottomless Stomach.
Where is this book? Ah,
It's
there.
the Apprentice Guide Volume 2.
Yeah.
And I think you might actually have like a scroll somewhere else. I don't know. I think you have lots of spells and you're just in denial because they don't all kill things.
Yeah, I've alchemical recipe for rejuvenation. I'm not sure what rejuvenation is.
That was the alchemical recipe that what's his face? My brain. I can't think of things now. Amelia Romanitas, the dead wizard of Succumber. Apparently that's what he needed the owlbear egg for. Not the owlbear egg, the wyvern egg.
Oh, wyvern egg.
Was a component in that recipe to take some years off.
Wyvern egg, hag marrow, astral dust, and the blood of an ancient dragon. Yeah, that's not happening, is it?
Well, you don't know. The the years that it's going to take to get to Parnas are young.
Yeah. Everybody keep your eye out for Hagmarrow. Hagmarrow, a dragon, etc. Yeah, okay.
I feel like you did find a scroll somewhere, but maybe you like threw it away because I think it was detect magic or something that Kai would potentially scoff at.
I don't recall.
And you have a bunch of like components that I don't even remember anymore. There's Scribblings in Dead Tongue. Those had some spells in it. You learned one of them. I think there's 3 more spells in there. Some of which are of a level you could learn.
There's just too many options.
I know. I'm spoiling you for choice and giving you analysis paralysis.
Right, so I could learn a spell from the book, but I don't know what they do.
Bottomless Stomach is a level 1 spell. So I'm sharing that. I don't know why I didn't like link them in the item like I did with the other thing. Though in the book of Scribblings in Dead Tongue, can you actually click on any of the links for spells in there? Does that work? Too many of these are level.
Yes,
level
they have little squares next to them.
So you can probably read the descriptions of those spells. It's just the apprentice guide that I have woefully set it up for your perusal. Okay, reverberates.
Here to let you know that Kai is mumbling to herself, so I'm assuming she's reading it.
Yeah, sorry,
I'm
I'm
sharing
reading.
another spell. Oh, actually, while I have this open, I probably should just... I know this is great use of our session time. I'm adding some links as I go for things that are actually of a level that you could learn.
That reverberate looks alright.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Eventually, you know, you're gonna have to learn a spell that isn't just damage, though.
Doom of Blue Crystal is of a level you can learn.
Ooh, paralyzed. If we turn him into a statue of blue crystal, can we sell him?
I don't know how long does it last. You might have to work fast.
Oh yeah, maybe not then.
Okay. Vote then. Which one should I take? See, reverberate to me sounds really good.
Yeah.
But the Doom of Blue Crystal would also be useful.
Giving you another one. Trench. I think the other 2 are too high level for you to learn. So I think Trench is the last one out of the possible.
Creatures within 5 feet of you, you don't get that close to anything.
I try not to. What do we think? Reverberate?
I mean, the trench would be handy if we didn't want anyone to... Oh, it's only a 5-foot deep trench, though. Wouldn't really stop anyone from chasing us, would it?
Well,
it's 5 feet wide and 60 feet long.
They would have to like use an action to like jump over it. So unless they had like a Misty Step or like could fly or something, it could be a little bit of a slowdown. It wouldn't be an impenetrable barrier, but it could buy you some time and give you like an extra round to do ranged attacks or something. But then, I mean, there is that thing where like you, Terrell, and Sprinkles you kind of like being close quarters to do damage to stuff.
Yeah, well, so it's the only way we can do damage, so
it'd be more for like protecting people you didn't want to like combat to reach or something.
yeah. It's up to you. If you like the reverberate, go with that.
I think reverberate, yeah.
All right. So you settle down and you study the pages about reverberates in this apprentice guide. You end up using a little bit of your alchemy supplies because you have to like pull out some paper.
Okay.
Wait, what level spell was reverberate?
Level 2.
Okay. So I'll duck you down to 165 alchemy supplies. And you now know the reverberate spell.
Yay.
Let's add it to your page under level 2. It's level 2 because you just told me that. I've added it to your page.
Lovely, thank you.
And with that, we've had long rests. And I'm going to give you a long rest.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Hey, stuff back.
The morning comes. Everybody packs up again. It seems uneventful. And you continue to travel along the road. Terrell, do a persuasion or an intimidation check.
Oh,
Let's see how much you get all the people into order. Okay, not quite high enough. So you didn't save any extra time this morning. You didn't glare quite enough, Terrell, to get everybody to hop to and get in the wagons.
6 and I still get a shitty roll.
That's not too bad. That's just the problem is that was mediocre. That wasn't quite outstanding enough. You needed one more to be successful. So the caravan proceeds. The river gets, you've been traveling close to the river, and you've proceeded far enough that in the distance, it almost starts to look like you are on an island in the water. Like in the horizon, there's just this distant blue where land seems to kind of disappear. And after about half a day, Lady Belafana seems to be getting a little bit quiet. Like she doesn't like the look of this. Mid-afternoon, everybody make a perception check. All right. Both Kai and Yelena pick out off-road about 100 feet. You see a clearing in a midst spotty patch of trees. In the midst of it, there seems to be standing an obelisk. I thought I had a pretty picture. Okay, just for vibes. It's an obelisk, off-road. A few statuary at the base of it. It's almost bordered on one side by the river. A few trees sparsely around it. And as the caravan slowly moves forward, you see that it seems to be glowing faintly. And over time, as you make your approach and draw even with the obelisk, it seems that that faint glow seems to change its cast of color from blue to green and then to red. So the caravan is pulled even with this, and it's rolling on unless you choose to do something.
Do we want to stop and investigate the obelisk?
Well, yeah, because it's doing funny light things.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. May as well do the old tourist thing, haven't we?
So you hop off the wagons.
Go get some selfies.
The caravan keeps rolling. All right. Or you can.
We all stand there with his big goofy grins on his face in front of it. Yeah. While Lady Bellathorna's doing a sketch of us in front of the obelisk.
Yeah. All right. Like, okay. Man, I wish I could just take a picture. I'm not really good at this. Lord Jomont comes over and he's like, I'll do you want assistance? And she's like, I'm not a really good drawer. She shows you her drawing so far, Lady Bellathorna does. It's just stick figures.
Oh, God.
She's not an artist. The Lord Jomont takes pity on her. He like flips the page and he starts sketching while you guys all grin goofily in front of this obelisk. And as you're standing there and Lord Jomont is sketching, the red glow shifts to yellow. Now, how close are you getting to the obelisk? Are you just standing in front of it? Or are you like doing one of those like sitting in the hand of a statue kind of things, like artfully posing, acting like you're giving them like bunny ears or something?
Yeah.
Your hand, so it like shows between, like you're holding it in your hand, kind of thing.
Yeah. Your fingers just. Yeah, we're not too close, are we?
Yeah, no, not until we know why it's doing that strange light thing.
So you're not touching it?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
So as the minutes proceed and Jomont's sketching, and after about 5 minutes, the yellow color changes back to blue.
Do we sense anything from it? More specifically, if I get my what is it called? My icon, my religious Lyki thing. If I take that out, would I feel anything with regards to Lyki about it? If this is on the road to Loudwater.
Do a religion check.
Oh, that worked well last time.
And Kai, you can do religion or arcana checks.
Nah.
Terrell, you've got nothing?
Yeah, no surprise there.
20.
Oh, natural 20.
Told you, changing the dice.
Kai, you don't have any useful spells like detect magic that might tell you what kind of magic is going on, but you can definitely spot. Don't you love how this has been a running joke, taking the mick out on Rage for not having...
Yeah. It's the best part of the game.
But she's playing the name. He was born murder face he shall be. You spot runes on this obelisk, and you can pick out some of them. You think some of them have transmutation abilities. You also think some of them are enchantments, like temporary enchantments on them. You recognize one little, and as you study it closer, you see that the shape of the runes The parts that are lit up, different areas of runes are lit up as the color changes. One of them you definitely pick out looks to be the same sigils of your Ray of Frost spell. But another one you pick out... wait, can you actually pick out any of these other things? Some of the other ones, some of them you aren't actually quite sure. Like, some of the runes don't seem to be arcane.
Graffiti.
But you find there's one interesting symbol. It's very interesting to you because it is an ancient elven rune for money.
Now his interest is piqued.
And you can see that the blue light is lighting up those runes that are similar to your Ray of Frost spell that you're familiar with. As well as some other areas.
Okay. Obviously relay that to Yelena and Terrell. I have no idea what it means.
Another 5 minutes or so pass, and Jomont wraps up his sketch, and as he's wrapping that up, the blue color shifts to green. The Ray of Frost spell runes are no longer lit up. Other sections you don't immediately recognize, what they might mean, become apparent. But Terrell or Yelena can make nature checks.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay. This colour's not working for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see things are green. Green light. It's so nice. Lord Jomont finishes up his sketch and he flips it to look at you. And it is a pretty reasonable... Well, actually, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to actually roll for him. It's not much better.
Oh, wow.
It is not much better. Or, he's tried stylistically to capture all of you, but it's ended up being a little bit more like caricatures. So, and unflattering caricatures at that. So, it's like Terrell's head is too big and Yelena's out of perspective. Like her bow is like way too huge on her back and it makes her look like she's a halfling. And Kai just like looks really squinty eyed and like he has really thin lips and almost like a nefarious beard instead of a bit of chin scruff. He's practically a stick figure though. little skinny guy, didn't really add a lot to basically it's just a little pointy beard that he added compared to Lady Belafana. So not good artistry on Lord Jomont's part. And you were like wondering like how did that take 15 minutes? So as he sheepishly presents you with his sketch of the party in front of the obelisk, is that it?
Is Belafana still here?
Shall we leave? She's just been hovering around. What do you want?
What is she does? Yeah, does she know anything about the runes or anything on there?
Well, she knows. Okay, I'll have her make a nature check. what she does pick out is, I think, let's see, do I have this? Do I know how to do this? Oh, I do know how to do this. Hey, like that part of that green area that's lit up, it's it's speak with animals. It's what we do like when we speak with animals. I remember those symbols from when I learned how to do that. I don't know what the other ones do, but there's it looks like there are other natural symbols there too, but there's a whole bunch of symbols. I don't know what they mean.
So that's 2 spells recognized then, yeah?
Mm-hmm. 2 spells and the symbol for an ancient elvish symbol for money or coin.
Terrell goes up and puts her hand against the green one.
All right. Roll a d20.
Oh.
It's not super noticeable at first. And you don't feel anything, Terrell. But as the people who are with you look around to like see if anything happened, Lady Belafana points, and you suddenly see that there's like flowers and moss have sprouted up around your feet.
Okay.
And you shuffle a little bit in place and kind of like step off of it to look around and look at it for yourself. And as you move, a trail of flowers and fungi and moss seem to follow in your wake, leaving a trail behind you.
I run around.
You're just doing, flower fungi wheelies, like little mushrooms and flowers. And it's kind of like leaving this like little verdant, beautiful trail of nature in your wake.
Okay. But that's it. That's all that happens.
That's all that happens to you.
I look at the others and shrug.
Should we move on?
We're not getting very far with working out what's just going on, are we? So.
Yeah.
Well, should Kai touch it when it turns yellow? Or blue?
Entirely up to you.
I feel like something awful could happen.
I mean, the money one could be like a slot machine.
Time has passed, and the green light changes to red.
This is Squid Games, isn't it?
Red's not a good colour. I'm not touching red.
Everyone freezes.
There's like a little statue face of a girl pops out at the top of the obelisk, looks around smiling. So everyone freezes. After 5 minutes, she pops back into the obelisk. And the light changes from red to yellow.
Right. Kyle touched the yellow.
And as you touch the yellow, roll a d20. You feel funny, Kai, but not only do you feel a little bit funny, the top of the obelisk does open up, and roll 2d10.
2d10.
Yeah, 2d10. and 16 gold shower out of the top of it.
Ooh.
But you also feel like, because your stomach feels a little bit funny, and you have this like little wriggle in your head, and it just whispers, pie, pie, pie. Say pie.
Say pie, pie.
Pie. It just says
Pie.
say pie. It's whispering say pie.
Pie. Kai says pie.
And as Kai says pie, there's like this poof. And in your hands, there is this deep dish pie.
Alright, Terrell is amazed that Kai can produce food from thin air.
You sniff at it a little bit. It smells like blueberry.
Mmm. Should I check it for...
Can you?
Mm.
All you can do is make it black and crispy.
That's very true. I could get you guys to check to see if there's poison in it.
Would I be able to do a check on that?
Yeah,
Safely.
anyone can do a check for poison.
Well, I've got
But yeah, you can show survival. You do a survival check on the pie.
surprise. I like it. Yeah, let's do it.
Ah.
It doesn't seem poison to you. You don't notice any odd smells. It looks fine. You definitely think it's blueberries and not just some strange, potentially toxic berry that kind of looks like blueberries. Kai, do an insight check. You don't know.
Shall I just eat a slice?
You just
See what happens.
you know that you are you have the magic power of pie now. You are a pie god.
I'm a pie god, so every time I want a pie, I just say pie and pie appears.
Yeah. You think
Okay,
that's
I can
probably
live
how
with
it
that.
works.
Uh,
No, I'm actually going to spare you. You have acquired an ability to cast Power Word Pie,
oh.
but it only works once a day. But
What?
it is permanent. So
Nice.
So you can summon one pie a day of whatever
That's
flavor
great.
you want to think.
Edible pie, yeah?
Yeah, it is an edible pie. Upon further examination, and you can feed a slice to Ragnar or something first if you want, like a canary. But it proves to be a delicious, tasty pie that is not poisonous.
Okay. That's fine, that's cool.
It's not magical. It is a pie, literally, but it is food,
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
and it is
I love a pie.
delicious.
Lovely.
So that's your food sorted forever.
Excellent.
So that's your interaction with the obelisk. And as you chow down on your pie, it changes from yellow back to blue. Bella Pencil. Okay, well, this has been fun. I am headed back to the caravan. Are you guys coming with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, best not to push our luck, is it?
All right. So
Exactly.
give yourself 16 gold for the gold that you got out of it. And maybe I'll add a Power Word Pie ability to your sheet, or you can just actually remember that you can make pie.
Yeah.
Have a nice
I'll
pie. And it
remember.
doesn't have to be sweet. It can be savory. It's pie your choice once a day. So the caravan resumes its travel. You don't quite make it as far as you would have hoped. So the caravan has to camp one more night alongside road. There's another 4 hours available for reading and whatnot. In amongst the rest and the pie eating. So if you want to continue reading your religion tome, Terrell, we will bump you up to 18 hours.
Okay.
So you only need 6 more study to become
Right.
proficient with that. And unless anyone else has something they want to do, we'll have another long rest. Another day passes. Okay. The caravan sets off in the morning. Oh, Yelena, roll a new Socks the Well-Rested D8. Ooh,
That's
6. That's an improvement. And as the caravan proceeds this morning, the sound of water, of the river's movement, begins picking up. And that horizon of blue grows more and more, grows closer. Till you're like, almost feel like you're approaching a peninsula. And then before you, there is, the road shifts into a bridge. And Lady Belafana calls for the caravan to pause, because this bridge just seems to lead over an expanse of water. And in the distance, you see ziggurats rising up from the river as Loudwater pulls into view. There is traffic, ample traffic of small skiffs, individuals floating down this river. Some of them have individuals standing in them, punting along the river water like gondoliers as they move their vessels down the river flow. There is the sound of birds in the air, but anyone wants to can make a nature check.
Nope, hang on. This image is still loading and I can't do it.
It's animated.
There we go.
I had to go be fancy, so it's huge and it's going to take forever to load.
Nature check.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was quite good. That's very Hanging Gardens of Babylon type thing.
Yeah, it's very Hanging Gardens type of scenario here. And you see, it's like these different stone buildings, and it has this very natural look to it, and yet it is a city. It looks to be it's urban, it is densely populated, dense with buildings, but every single structure seems to be covered with plant life and growth. There are trees in a few spaces, like wherever there has been a building and purchase and parks. Roads are lined with standing trees and like cypress and ornamental shrubbery, and it's not the wild copse of growth and forest canopy that you're used to. In a way, it's like the civilized counterpart to the wild growth of the Shadowtop Cathedral, where this is ornamented and it is curated within an inch of its life. But it is a place of growth and nature. And you pick out from some of the buildings, Terrell, little symbols of the unicorn, as well as various statuary of different wildlife, fierce lions, bears and owlbears, elk, and amongst the unicorns. It is a place that seems to celebrate nature as well as celebrating nature, celebrating the beasts, celebrating the plant life, celebrating the rivers that conflux here. You also notice, Terrell, that while there are birds flying overhead, flocks of gulls, they don't get too close to the city. They seem to keep a certain perimeter, though you see one gull kind of dive in, and then you see an arrow that shoots off, striking this gull, dropping it into the water.
Well, that's not very nice.
And your eyes shift. In the distance, you see there's not exactly a soldier. It looks a little bit more rough and ready dressed than that. But it is some kind of scout ranger type person sitting on a promontory with its eyes to the sky. Everyone can make a perception check. And Yelena, you will have advantage.
Let's roll again. Man.
60 crowns.
I
really has it in for you.
It does not like
that. It's crazy that you rolled a 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Terrell actually rolled high enough. And as you're looking from building to building and kind of noting the symbols of Lyki and trying to figure out what to think about the contrast of this sort of civilized bastion of nature that was once your goddess's home, you also pick out figures dressed in a uniform you've seen before, and a few buildings that have a symbol that you've seen before. Members of the Crushing Wave are here.
Ah, my friends.
The cult. The cult of the water goddess, or what's considered the evil elemental princess, Hydra.
And where did I spot them on buildings?
In amongst, you see in the distance, this is a village. It has a village's life. There are regular people floating around in their skiffs and in their gondolas. There are villagers and merchants talking to each other, chatting. Kids running down the street as their tired parents try to keep up with them. There are dogs. There are, oddly enough, pet turtles on leads. There are. You also spot in the water, jumping out at one point, a dolphin, and two follow behind it, as these dolphins seem to swim down the broad expanse of river. It is otherwise a tranquil place, and the people who are dressed as cultists, or you can recognize the insignia, do not seem to be there acting as soldiers. They are moving in amongst the regular villagers as if they are all a community. Did that answer the entirety of your question? But yeah, in the distance, it looks like a regular town, and other than picking out that some of them have signs of cultists, it doesn't seem like there's anything nefarious about it. In fact, it's tranquil.
Okay.
Lady Belafana kind of looks over her shoulder and she's like, I think we're going to have to cross the river to get through Loudwater. I'm not really eager about that, but I don't see what else I can do. What else we can do, I mean, unless maybe I could call for Euphoria and maybe just fly and meet you guys on the other side. I'm not sure where the other side is, though. As she's kind of like debating, like she's not eager to cross the bridge that's going over the water and the river.
Do we ever know why
her parents drowned in a river,
Parents
and apparently
died,
she was there, like she survived, but at the river near the Fan family's holdings are in Tethir, a completely different area along the Sword Coast. But she said last session that they died that way, and she does not like water, and she is trying to avoid it if possible. Avoid the river. Specifically the river. More than anything. Talks amongst yourselves while I try to figure out what the hell I'm doing.
I mean, there's a good chance that there's somebody here that Bellafauna can sort of like use for her own ideas for Parnast, so it feels like it'd be a bit of a waste if she just flies over it. Also, she needs to get over it. She needs to face her fear.
You can do a persuasion check or an intimidation check to try to convince Lady Bellafauna to get over herself.
I mean, intimidation sounds bad, but it's my best stat, so... I'd like to think of it as tough talking, not being nasty.
So 16, you're like, look here, you got a lot of people depending on you, and this is no time to be a wimp. She was just saying last month or like 2 days ago that she needed to be more confident.
True.
And inspire people's belief and confidence in her as a leader. And as you berate her, she does seem to she steals her spine a little, and she begrudgingly lifts her chin, and she's like, "Oh, okay. We can cross this bridge, and I will try to make a go of it, because you're right. We can probably buy some things, sell some things. I don't know. Yeah. Might be able to make some money here." Now, have you said anything about the cultists, Terrell?
No, and I don't know whether to or not. I mean, they were on our side because they came to Zelbros to help us, didn't they? So...
Mutual enemy of their... Wait, enemy of your enemy is your friend?
He's our friend, yeah. Let's... do you know what? I'm gonna step back and just mention it to Yelena and Kai, and just say maybe we should just keep an eye out just in case. But you know, unless all weird happens, I don't see that it being a problem.
As the caravan begins to move across this bridge and travels deeper into the village shrine of Loudwater, and was increasingly kind of like a little, I don't know, it's like a bottled paradise. You see this turtle form, one place, kind of spring out of the river, and a little circle of water and little ice crystals over its head. And you see it's like it's practicing some kind of magic, and then it lands on the riverbank. and then begins to like crawl around. But he has like a harness on his back as well as a camp roll and a quiver of arrows. But it's a turtle, and it's not just like the kind of people who look like turtles called turtles, but stand upright on their hind legs. This is like a giant tortoise or a giant turtle that seems to be almost sentient. It's acting like a person. And it reaches the shore and it's like slowly crawling up the riverbank area and onto the cobblestones and paved road, and seems to just slowly crawl towards a variety of shops in the distance. And as you take in this odd sight, you hear another splash in the river. There's more dolphins. But then there's also a form that pops out of the water. A woman swimming, a fishtail flicking behind her. And she pulls up and starts swimming in parallel to where the caravan is traversing the bridge. And she starts to wave at you. It says, "Hi, greetings." Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to Loudwater. I'm here to give you the gracious invitation. High Priestess Fava invites you to dine. You're welcome to refuse, of course. You're granted hospitality for services of the past.
Yeah.
So was that the name of the high priestess or whatever that we
Fava.
dealt with?
If you wish to accept this invitation, simply report to the temple at dusk. Don't worry about breathing. We'll take care of that. Otherwise, enjoy Loudwater. If you need to know the direction of any services or an inn, I'm here to act as your hostess while you are in town. So just give a whistle. Or if I can answer any questions now, I'm happy to assist.
Did you say the whole caravan's coming with us?
The caravan is like traveling.
Okay, so I guess the first thing would be, where's the best place for us to stay overnight with all these wagons? If you can point us to somewhere we could park up.
She points the direction. Keep going straight. And at the first crossroads, take a left. There's the barge station. You'll want to take all the livestock onto a barge to a place where they can be housed properly. In fact, I would recommend that, and anyone you may require to keep them, though we can donate a few people to assist from our numbers. The Crushing Wave understands service, and they understand that some things must be cared for in order to thrive. Water is the life giver, after all.
Okay.
Okay.
Odd.
And also, don't worry about breathing. That's stuck in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, that makes me think he's underwater, yeah.
Where
Which
we're
could be
at
cool.
a disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's true as well.
I don't know. Might be
But
fun. Could
how
be
the
fun.
chuff do they know that we're here? Though I suppose they knew we left Zelbros. They know we're going to Parnast because of Bellafauna.
Oh, pardon my rudeness. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Lyki. And if you're wondering how we knew you were coming, you've been traveling alongside the river for days. The fish tell us. The crabs whisper.
Well, that's not creepy at all.
We saw that you had a bit of trouble with the woods 2 nights ago. But you handled yourself as usual, with a certain amount of confidence. I suppose not all of you were up to the task. But we're all given our challenges and our proving grounds.
Okay. I mean, is Bellafauna and Jarmon invited to this invite as well, or just us?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Lord Jomont. Oh, yes, him. Oh, yes, he can come along if he wants to. And the lady the river touched, absolutely. In fact, I think the High Priestess would prefer it if she comes along.
Now, if this is going to be underwater, Bellafauna's going to freak.
Exactly.
She's already figured. She's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not. I don't think I'm up to this.
Well,
I don't think I can handle this.
Really good. This would be a really good experience.
Drowning?
And we're going to be right there with you.
We'll be right there.
Don't think they're going to want to drown you.
We almost did that in the quarry. You saw what they did. They drowned a lot of people there. We were this close. And she's like holding up her hand. We were this close to being submerged. And I mean, yeah, sure. What's his name? Flo helped us with the little predicament. But the predicament was something that they caused. The only reason why we needed all that money, other than me needing money for other stuff, but the reason why we need most of that money was because they drowned people. And we needed the coin and the gems to resurrect them.
But they were there if we needed them at Zelbros.
But we didn't need them, did we? Or as far as I know, they got there a day late and $1 short, like, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I'm there with her for that.
I mean, I don't mean like, yeah, you were capable, okay? You handled it. You didn't need them. You probably don't need to meet with them. I mean, they're cultists. What do we want with cultists?
I guess we don't want to piss them off.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Lyki breaks in and she's like, well, once you reach the end of the Flying Turtle Bridge, and she motions to what you're traveling upon right now, and you send your livestock on the way, perhaps until for more comfort while you debate whether or not to attend my lady's gracious invitation, you can hold up at the Bookworm's Inn, or there's a couple other. If you go further down the road, there's at least 3. Take your pick, whichever name fits your fancy. Evening Star, the Woodlands, the Enchanter's Ecstasy. They all have their charms, and they all have a good spread of the local repast. I'll be watching, but proceed as you like. If you need me, just whistle.
Thank you, Lady Lyki.
I'll leave you to the day, and while I give you guys time to ruminate on what you're going to do in Loudwater, we'll end the session there.
Okay.
Right. Party underwater.
Like, do you go to the party underwater?
I mean, I'm thinking we should,
think
but
we
whether or not we
should.
can
I mean,
convince
also-
Bellafauna is...
Do you demand alternative accommodations? Or what?
I really want to see the temple underwater, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
I've got visions of the Zelda temple, water temple. Yeah. Which I've died in several times, but by the by.
That bodes well.
well, we've come close to dying multiple times, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll think about it.
It seems like we're ending on a much more chilled note compared to all that combat that we had to wrap up from Christmas.
Sure.
The very long combat. I mean, that was actually like, I think, eight rounds, which is pretty long.
Annoying little horsefly.
Yeah.
Lights.
Yeah, them lights were a pain.
It's because those lights were a pain. They're like a very old... I think they were like a second or third edition creature that I adapted from an old monster manual rather than a 5th edition creature. Oh, I should say right now, it is a good thing that you didn't hit with any of those sparking rays because lightning healed it. So if you had healed it up beyond a certain point, it would have done another fission.
No.
It was
right then.
it was fire and lightning were the things that did that.
Yay for the dice gods for
So the dice gods were looking out for you in that instance. So how's everybody feeling? Kai has a new spell. Yelena has a new ability or new skill proficiency.
I still haven't used my Cloak of Squirrels.
I know, I almost said something, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to volunteer putting another creature on this board.
No, I mean, I thought about it, but I thought, you know, for one light, I don't see the point of getting the squirrels out, so...
But at this rate, you're never getting those squirrels out.
I know, we'll see. We'll see.
Sprinkles got into a bit of trouble.
I know, that was close. I was like, oh no!
And some of you got roughed up a little.
Yeah.
So that was kind of an interesting
I was just
combat.
thinking, like, oh, I'm going to get killed by lights. This is...
By sparkly lights.
Yeah.
It's like you've gotten twisted up in like strings of fairy lights in the holidays trying to put them on the tree. Like very embarrassing festive death. Okay, well, next time we meet, February 15th?
I've got stuff that day. Could we...
Okay.
I'm fine for like the 22nd instead.
I'm fine with the 22nd. Well, we're fine for the 22nd, I should say.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, well, let's just do February 22nd.
Okay. I do have a question.
Yes, question.
How far off are we from leveling up?
Not too far. Why?
Okay. Just because with the whole Brass Feather campaign part of it, you know, I just thought, when was the last time we leveled up? Did we level up before that? Did she level us up after that? And I just don't remember because it's been like...
after... I want to say it was after you finished in Secomber, but maybe I'm lying. Maybe it was after you got the Bowblade. I don't know. Might have been really long
I was just curious, that's all. Because it feels like it's been a while. But I realise that obviously with us only playing once a month, it's harder to get.
Plus, it's going to be fewer and farther between as you get higher and higher in level.
Sure, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, you're pretty close. Like,
cool.
I mean, I can go and tell you, like, I was playing like after you left Loudwater to like have you level up to 7.
Woohoo! Right, Water Temple, definitely Water Temple.
Maybe I should have told you that because like you guys are like, oh, well, let's leave town right away.
Let's go. Bye.
Level 7, here we come.
Okie dokie.
Okay, well, I'll see you guys on February 22nd.
Yeah,
Thank you.
See ya.
See you then.
See ya,
Bye, guys.